Welcome back to Maverick How To. Today we're going to do a pretty cool install here with the spare tire holder. It is the Segway factory OEM accessory part. Um, Goes right here, and I even went through the process, got a spare tire for it, and getting a rim and a wheel is almost impossible if you're trying to do it on your own online. That's something that will show you how I went about doing that, and we'll go from there. And just one of those deals where if you're going out on the trail, something blows out on the sidewall. What do? Spare tire. I wanted it to be cool, look nice on the machine, but also be something I could put on in a pinch that I was good to go, and I could run it all weekend if I had no access to getting another tire. Um, which sometimes those rides happen. And nice thing is, we'll see how it looks at the finish and if it's worth it, and we'll go from there. So let's do an install, show you the part, and then we'll get it all together and we'll talk about it. Here's the parts that came in the bag: clamps, 4 bolts. This to tighten it down on top and hold it, and of course the main piece. Looks like the color is going to match up well. Yep, identical paint. So should look like it's actually supposed to be there, and that was what I was hoping for. Because sometimes, it's not all about that functionality, but it's that it looks good when it's on the machine. So, all right, let's get into it. Should be pretty quick. For the size for this bolt, this is a number 6 metric Allen wrench that you'll need to tighten it up. So here's the piece that's going on. We got to make sure we get it in the right way of doing it. If it's on the wrong way, it won't work. Like so. As you can see, you can't get it underneath shocks there with the compressors or whatever the hell they are. But if you put it on the right way, there you go. Now, the nice thing is, too, this is exactly the right amount, and what you got in play here is, well, it looks like you probably got within 3/8 or less of play to where it would be equal on both sides. So you can use a tape measure if you want for that. What I'm going to do first, put this on. At least get it started here. So one of the things we're going to do here is we're going to be using this number 6 Allen wrench. Can't get in there right unless you remove these. And I know when you take things like that off from the factory, sometimes they don't go back on right. So I'm not going to risk that. We're going to do it the slow way. And you're going to need a shorter one here in order to get in there, as there's not a lot of room. But I think we can make do with that. No torque spec that I could find. Nothing provided in the instructions, so hand tighten it as much as you can, and that's probably as good as you're going to get. So let's get at it here and get the other side put on. Just going to get it in there, get it started. And in by hand, make sure you don't cross thread it. That is a no-no. Well, we got to find where it rests the best. So there is a little bit of play here. And it's a lot of work just by hand. So if you're in a hurry, don't do this today. Going to get it down so far here. I'm going to go and tighten the other side up a little more so I can figure out exactly where I want this to rest. Because I like things to be equal. And take a tape measure just to kind of see where we are. I have about 10 and 13/16. At that point, this one here is only at 10. So getting where we need to be, let's say 10 1/4. There's 10 3/8 with the weight. So I'd rather have it be lower on here. Okay, I'm going to show you exactly how tight it is. Now this is a 33-inch TUS terabyte tire. And it does not completely down. I think it will work its way down. As you can see, there's a hole. And you got it, fits right down in the center there. I could go down a little bit, but it's not going to. I could maybe shift it down a little bit, but that's about the only option there is. Since it's hitting right on the roof, I'm going to try tightening this up. So I got to hold this by hand just because of the height. Bear with me as I hold it here. Well, it's definitely hard to turn, so I guess that's good. It won't come loose. There. Now she's tight. Kind of see what it looks like on top there. And there it is, completed. Still gives you room underneath. Check that out. Yes, it did increase the height, but just don't go anything under anything really low, and you'll be okay. Overall, I think it looks pretty good. Finding a wheel and tire are very hard. I can say that much. I went online and I talked to all the different forums trying to ask people questions. Where do you get your wheels at? It's a 24 wheel with a bead lock. I couldn't find anything, and it was frustrating. So what I ended up doing is I went to my local dealer, which is Roundhouse Power Sports, and I went in there and I said to their parts department, help me find a wheel. And within minutes, they pulled it up for me and they helped me pick out everything I needed. And I was even able to get the green bead lock, whereas my unit came with black. I think the 23s might have had green, but I thought it looks pretty cool. I had to get green or black anyway, and they're pretty much the same price, so might as well just get a green one. It was nice that they could pull that up for me. I didn't have to do any of the work. So if you're looking for any kind of information, if you aren't from around here at all, try your dealer. But for me, if you're anywhere in Pennsylvania or outside states, definitely check out Roundhouse Power Sports. That is a good place to get the parts and the things you need, and they answered a lot of my questions I had about the machine. So I just want to put a shout out to them for everything they do. So thanks again for watching. Nice install video. So these are 33-inch TUS terabytes. They can also be purchased at Roundhouse if you're interested. I love the 33s. Plenty more videos to come. So thanks everybody. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you out on the trails.